I made over $80,000 profit in just one December selling name brand products on Amazon, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how to step-by-step find a bunch of profitable toys to sell on Amazon FBA this Q4. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, so we're here inside my screen where we'll primarily be hanging out to do online arbitrage, finding discounted name brand products to sell on Amazon from big retail websites like Kohl's, Walmart, and Target. Keep in mind, this does not require buying cheap crap from China and creating your own brand, cold calling suppliers, or buying any risky products in bulk. This is the best way to get started selling products on Amazon, just selling stuff that already has proven demand, and the best time of the year is coming quick in November and December. This is gonna be a full tutorial to show you everything you need to get started here. So we can see, so obviously toys do really well during Q4 and the holidays. This Squishmallow product, it's like a Pokemon right here. We can see right off the bat, it's got 700 reviews on Amazon, so we know this listing actually sells well. And what a lot of beginners think you need is a bunch of complicated and expensive software to do this stuff, when in fact you only need 2 product research tools that are each about $20 per month. The first one's gonna be SellerAmp right here, and the second one is gonna be the Keepa Chrome extension right here. Both those are 20 bucks a month. You can also get a free trial of SellerAmp on selleramp.com for 2 weeks, so it's nice and inexpensive to get into. And then in terms of capital requirements for the online arbitrage business model, you're gonna want like 1 to 2K to get started with specifically. So we can see this Pokemon listing, we can see it's got 900 plus bought in the past month, 700 reviews right here as well. So we know this is most likely gonna sell well. However, the best way to tell demand for products on Amazon is gonna be from the sales rank, aka the BSR. Sales rank is basically a number assigned to every product on Amazon, which changes all the time throughout the day, which shows how fast this listing actually sells. As a beginner, you want to stay below like a 150,000 or 200K sales rank for the most part, and SellerAmp's going to nicely tell us that right here. And then what SellerAmp does is it actually takes into account shipping, fees, product costs, literally everything, and calculates the exact profit you're going to make on a specific product right here. So for example, we can see over on Walmart, this toy is going for $9.97. Right? And we can see on Amazon it's going for about 25 bucks. So if we go ahead and plug that in on the SellerAmp profit calculator, we can see that leaves about 2 bucks profit and a 19% ROI. However, I got some tricks up my sleeve. I'm a huge fan of purchasing discounted gift cards, which is a really good pro tip for online arbitrage using websites like CardBear and Top Cashback. We can see in this case, looks like we can save another 5% off on Walmart right here. So we can go ahead and just subtract, yeah, you can do math within SellerAmp here and take that off. So now this listing gets even better, and you can also get what's called a sales tax exempt permit. Each state has a different term for it. Specifically, it's typically called like a reseller certificate, reseller's license, tax exempt permit, etc., to avoid the sales tax. So currently I have 5% sales tax in my SellerAmp backend, but using that reseller certificate, which you can really easily get just looking up like CPA YouTubers, for example, we can get that even further here. And I know that this is a very light product that weighs above 20 bucks. And for example, during Q4, merchant fulfilling on Amazon is a really big thing. So not only can we actually make some profit on this, but I can scroll down here on SellerAmp and actually take a look at the merchant fulfilled calculator and go ahead and plug in like $6.50, $6 estimated shipping right here, because we can see that this weighs under 1 pound, taking a look at SellerAmp right here, and see that now this listing gets even better. So merchant fulfilling on Amazon isn't a huge thing during non-Q4 months. Luckily, I'm filming this in October. November's coming up, December's coming up. Those are huge months for merch fulfilled where you don't really have time for products to actually get to Amazon FBA, so you can just ship them directly to the customer yourself and sell them via merchant fulfilled. So we can see this is a very rare case where a product is way more profitable merchant fulfilled compared to FBA after all shipping fees, etc. And we can take a look here on the Keepa chart and see that for like the past like 3 weeks, the price has been nice and stable here on the Keepa chart. When you initially get the Keepa Chrome extension, it's going to show 3 different charts right here. I'd personally recommend clicking sales rank right here to take away that middle one. And now we can see just these top 2 charts, for example, right here. The bottom one shows the competition. I get asked all the time how much competition is too much competition on a specific product. There's great listings that have 100 sellers, for example. It's all personally about the trend, which we can see in this case is pretty much stable. Like at the start of the month right here, we can see it's like 31 sellers. Today it's like 33 sellers, for example. So it's pretty much stable, right? And no wonder the price is stable and even gone up a little bit, for example, right here. And Keepa is pretty cool because it shows us what this listing's been going for literally ever since it was added on Amazon right here. So we can see it was added 480 days ago, and we can see during last Q4, the price went way up and even touched like 46 at certain points during December right there, which is pretty cool. So this listing might even do better. And that's why I like looking for toys this time of year, guys. So the way most beginners think the best way to do product research is just go to random websites and look through the clearance section. That's actually not a good idea if you're a complete beginner. That's known as manual sourcing. It typically makes sense to do manual sourcing when you have your favorite suppliers. What makes a lot more sense when you're a beginner is to actually stay on the platform here on Amazon.com and find good selling listings and then go out and figure out where they're coming from. And the best way to do that is via storefront stalking, looking inside the storefronts of other sellers here. So we can see there's 30 sellers on this listing, the price is nice and stable, so we know people are making money on this. And there's a good chance these sellers that are selling this listing that have lots of reviews probably have other good products too. So the way we find those other sellers, guys, is we just want to go ahead and scroll down here. We can toggle over to FBM to see those exact profit numbers right there. And then we go ahead and see all the different sellers that are carrying this product here. And we want to find the sellers that have lots of reviews. So for example, 180 reviews right there. We know that seller's making money, for example, right here. A little bit newer, 72, maybe no reviews right there. Probably going to stay away from that. 83 reviews right there we'll take a look at as well. 800 reviews, we know they're making money. And pretty quickly here, you're gonna find lots of sellers that you can see are making lots of profit because they wouldn't be selling all this stuff if they weren't making money, for example, right? And now I can take a look inside these seller storefronts here and see all the different brands they're carrying, all the different categories they're carrying, and filter into the specific ones if I want to, right? And then learn a bunch of new products that I can see are selling quick from their low BSRs and high review counts right here. So BSR is definitely the most important one you want to take a look at. If you're an Amazon seller or soon to be Amazon seller and you want my personalized one-on-one help scaling up your Amazon business for this Q4, take a look at the link in the description for my coaching program application. I've helped tons of people hit their goals. This year's going to be even crazier. We'll pop a whole bunch of crazy student results up on the screen right now. Take a look at that, at the link in the description, put in your information and apply if you're interested. Back to the sourcing tutorial. So say I want to go ahead and take a look at like more Squishmallow products, for example, right? Now I can click into here and look for listings that I can see have a good sales rank here, for example. So we can see unknown BSR, probably going to stay away from that. 200K BSR, that looks pretty good. However, I can see the price actually recently went way down, so I'm going to avoid something like that, right? We can see 3.8 million sales rank, going to avoid that. 44K rank right here. The problem with this one is that Amazon's on it, right? So I want listings that Amazon isn't on. But this guy, for example, little Baby Yoda vibe, 73K BSR, good review count. Amazon's not on it. Price is largely pretty stable right here too. We'll go ahead and open that up, right? And this is the way you want to do this stuff, guys, is just opening up listings you can see other people are making money on. The price wouldn't be stable if other people weren't making money on it, right? Then we want to take a look at these guys. So for example, we can take a look at those guys, right? We can take a look at these other sellers, for example, too. Take a look at other toy products, for example, Pokemon right here as well, right? We can see this is a red sales rank, but that's because the toy category is just a little bit smaller, especially during Q4. You know, under 200K, under 150K BSR is totally cool right there. So now we found a bunch of listings we can see other people are making money on, and now we just want to go ahead and open these up and then go ahead and actually figure out what websites carry these products and see if there's any profit margins to pick up, for example, right here. So we can see the buy box is currently 37 on this item right here, so sometimes we'll have to update that in SellerAmp. So we go ahead, we can see 37 right here. Max cost is 17 right there. So now I just want to go up here and hit the Google button on SellerAmp here and see if this is carried anywhere right here. So let's see. So Baby Yoda right here. So let's see. So this is, yeah, right here. So we can see Squishmallows right here, Squishmallow plush toy here. Let's see. So we want 20 bucks right here. Yeah, 52 here as well. Let's see. Baby Yoda right here, 15. Let's see. Walmart as well. Could be from Walmart as well too. Let's see. So we can see, yeah, 52 there. So I don't think that guy works. Let's see, yeah, these are probably third-party listings as well, too. So we can see not finding that guy anywhere, no problem. Let's check this out. So we're here at 33, right? So 33, max cost of 15 here. Go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, we can see Squishmallows right here. So at 23, for example, we can open that up and see if there's any coupon codes or discounted gift cards, for example, too. But we can see at 22.99, this is absolutely not profitable. We would lose $4 a sale and make a negative 19% ROI. So that's absolutely not what I want. Was this ever profitable though? Ooh, wow. Okay, so this was profitable last Q4, interestingly enough. So this might be something I put on like a spreadsheet, for example, to come back and take a look at here. But we can see as of late, this has definitely not been profitable. But this literally briefly last December was like 60 bucks, which would make this listing nice and profitable. That's a huge mistake beginners make, is they find stuff that's close or that has been historically good and they don't take full advantage of it right there. So let's see, we can see this going for 18 bucks right here. Actually pretty stable too, for example. So let's see. This is probably like an RA proc though. It's pretty cheap, for example. Let's see. Yeah, 5 bucks. Let's see. Is this guy carried anywhere? This is slightly different, but it's nice and cheap as well too. Let's go ahead and plug this in here. Let's see. Harvest Squad, for example, right here. 19. This turkey. Oh, so these are actually pretty good listings, for example, here too. We'll take a look at a couple of these. There's also like winter themed in general too, but just toys here as well. Thanksgiving themed toy. That's perfect for this kind of time of year as well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at here. This turkey, for example, right here. Is this the right thing here? Let's see. This is probably the wrong size. Yeah, 5-inch. For example, and this is, yeah, 10-inch. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look and see if there's a 5-inch one right here. So all we do is copy that in. Go ahead and plug this guy in here. Let's see. Ooh, here we go. Yep. All right, boom. Here we go. Okay, so we can see. So this is this turkey right here. This match up, for example. Yeah, so we can see. So 6 bucks, and then there's also this coupon code here too. And I'd want to see if there's any discounted gift cards as well, for example. But let's go ahead and check this out. So this should be like pretty profitable. Okay, we can see. 5-inch, not 8-inch, my bad, so that doesn't work here. Let's see, is there a 5-inch one? Does not appear. Okay, no problem, so we can see. Not good right there. We'll keep moving. Check this out. Yeah, already looked at that guy here as well. Let's see, 17, for example, right here. Offer count's trending up a bit, but still largely pretty stable, for example. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, 13, so that doesn't work. Okay, nope, no problem. Obviously, not every item is going to be good, not even close here. For example, let's see, yeah, 40. Right here, this is pretty stable too. Check this guy out, 18-inch right here, for example. Let's see, 13 right there. Let's see, $29.99. Yes, that guy does not work. Maybe there's some big coupon, but I don't think so on that. For example, right here, we can take a look at a couple more of these guys, ads as well. Other sellers here too. We can see 10K rank right here. That looks pretty good. Also just a similar price point, for example, too, and that these guys match up nicely here. For example, take a look at this guy as well. Let's see, 25 bucks. This is from Walmart as well, too. This is going to be nice and profitable as well. Let's see. Let's see here, $9.99. Let's see. That's like an international website, for example, here. Let's see. 15. This is 10-inch here. Yeah, 25 centimeter. Boom, nice. Okay, 15 here. So we can see, so this guy does not work. Has it ever worked? Oh my gosh, this totally has worked. Look at that demand there, last Q4 as well. So this has been very historically profitable, which is not profitable today. For example, right there, which looks great. So this is another one where it's been historically profitable, just not quite profitable today. Right, let's see, 25 on this one here. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a nice winner right here. Let's see. So this is going for, yeah, 25 bucks. So we can see, once again, historically profitable, just not profitable today, for example, right here. So let's go ahead and check this out as well. So let's see, nice and stable on that, 50 bucks here. Already looked up that guy. As well, 84. So for example, this one's a pretty slow mover, so it's not really moving specifically that much, so not gonna worry about that one, for example, right here. Let's see, this is at 48 here, 18-inch, this Jigglypuff right here, for example. Let's see, 19 here. Let's say, yeah, just on target there at 30, so that doesn't work here. Damn, 48 bucks, that's actually pretty close to being good. Once again, right there. So yeah, we can see this was profitable last year. And a lot of these toys, like, you don't necessarily want to buy and speculate on something becoming good, but all the time you can go ahead and wait for stuff to be good, for example, and keep it on a spreadsheet, monitor the Keepa, for example, and then when it becomes good. I don't recommend speculating and buying stuff and hoping it becomes good. What makes a lot more sense, in my opinion, is just tracking it in spreadsheets, using the Keepa alerts feature as well, just using the tracking tab on Keepa and buying something when it becomes good. Then we got this next seller here. We can see this seller's got a ton of toys right here, so we know they're probably making a bunch of money on this stuff specifically. So we can see like Star Wars, for example, Funko, Nostalgia, etc. Right? So for example here, that looks a little cheap. I don't really think we can find that for like $3, for example, right here. But we can see this one right here looks like it's nicely gone. Yeah, 25, 23 FBA, for example. We could find that for like $9. That could totally work as well too. Let's see. Yeah, this one here as well is like 30 as well in the buy box too. That looks pretty promising as well. So now we can go ahead and take a look at these guys as well too. So let's see. It's like 23, for example. Go ahead and plug this guy in on Google right here. We can see. Yeah, okay, so here. So $9.99 at Target. Let's see, is this 10 inches right here, for example? We can see, yeah, so $9.99 right here. Squishmallows, Stitch, medium, 10-inch plush here. We can see, yeah, 10-inch as well too. Let's see, so this guy's 23 here, for example, but we can see, right, yeah, there's some total history at 23, for example, right there, and we can see, yeah, for example, let's see, what's the lowest FBA here? So this is a good example here where there's an FBM seller getting a lot of the buy box, and there's not really any FBA sellers priced that competitively. This is a great example of where you'd be able to take advantage of what's called the prime bump. Basically, when you ship a product off to Amazon FBA, you can take advantage of what's called the prime bump and typically list 5 to 10% higher, for example, here. So say we listed this at like, 18, let's go ahead and add in 10% for that, for example. So 18, say we list this, especially during Q4, you can get big examples of the prime bump here. So let's say like add in like 10%, for example. So we do 18 plus 10%, for example, right here, right? So 19, so this is here at 10, right? And then we can see, go ahead here. So this is 7 ounces. It's actually pretty cheap here as well. So this would FBM very kind. Let's see, 10 bucks here. So once again, so $9.99 here. It's actually pretty close. Not quite going to make sense on that specifically right there, especially because we have to take advantage of the prime bump here. So I'm going to keep Storefront stalking and find a winning product for you guys and check in when I do. All right, guys, so we're a few minutes later and we got a product that I think is going to work right here. So we can see, for example, this is currently 52 in the buy box right here, and we can see it's actually an FBM buy box as well right here. So for example, now while we're still in November, you do have some time to make some FBA shipments, for example, right here. We can see this is all FBM sellers right here, and we can see that this does sell, and historically it's been higher as well. For example, right here, so it was at like 60 for a while. So say we go ahead and price this up like, for example, 8%, so like plus 8%, for example. Right here at 56, right, we can see over on Target right here, it's going for about $29.99, for example, right here. So if we go ahead and plug in $29.99 right here, we can see there's no sales rank. That leads a lot of sellers to automatically avoid this, for example, right here. But we can see this listing actually sells, and when there were FBA people on it, it was a lot higher, for example, too, in the ballpark of like 60 for a while in the buy box on Keepa. So now, for example, if we go ahead and take a look at Target right here, we can see 10.5% discounted gift cards on Target. I'm a huge fan of Card Bear for adding to your profit margins. I also love using Capital One Shopping to see if there's any additional coupons we can take a look at too. But at $29.99, that's with sales tax, shipping, etc., I'm going to go ahead and take off this 10%, for example. And now this listing becomes good right here, and we can see this is kind of like a hidden product, for example, because a lot of people automatically pass on something if it doesn't have a sales rank, but we can see this totally moves. And during Q4, you might even be able to price this up higher considering it's all FBM people right here, maybe even closer to like 60 where it was for a while. And now this listing gets even better. And now you've seen what it looks like to Storefront stock. We found a couple listings that were close to being good or were historically good. A lot of those listings are going to become good during Q4. You saw what it looked like to Storefront stock and actually track down a winning product, for example, right here. Now I want to show you guys how you actually list your products on Amazon as well. All right, so I get asked all the time how to list and ship products to Amazon, for example, and what I actually use to do that is going to be Boxem, which is our shipping, listing, and analytics software for Amazon sellers right here. So as a new seller, you're primarily going to be doing FBM, especially this time of year. Obviously, that product we took a look at did make sense for FBA right there. But within the Boxem software, which actually connects to your Amazon seller account, it's really, really easy to list products via FBM or FBA. Amazon Seller Central just makes it really complicated too. And if you're a new seller, you can literally try Boxem for 2 weeks completely free right here. So all we need to do is go ahead and sync your account up with Boxem, and then we just want to go to list FBM, for example, right here. And now we can see where we're shipping from. You can create new addresses as you see fit. Your shipping template, it's very important for merch build. My other videos on merch build will show that right here. I like to just automatically list above the buy box for FBA, but for FBM, we just want to go ahead and match the buy box, for example, right here. So we can, raise it by like 2%, for example, right here. And then we can go ahead and do our custom SKUs as well for tracking. And then we just want to go ahead to create FBM listing right here. And now here's where you're going to go ahead and actually get the ASIN from the listing right here, for example, or I just like have one, for example, right here as well. And then we just want to go ahead and plug this in. You can also search through Boxem as well. And then now we can see there's that specific listing that I just pulled up here. Then we just want to go ahead to new SKU. You can list multiple products at the same time, for example. And then you want to go ahead into offers right here, and you can see where the buy box is. We can just hit set price, for example, right there. For the most part, you want to match the buy box to go a tad higher right there. And then we want to go ahead and add in our cost price. So say we paid 16.5, for example, right here. Let's say we had 5 units, for example, right here. Supplier, we can put JCPenney, for example, right there for tracking. Purchase day, let's say it was the 28th, for example, and then we'd see custom SKU sets in right there, and then we just want to go ahead and hit create FBM listing, and we'll be good to go right there. So Boxem makes it really easy to actually list your products and know your numbers and a bunch of stuff like that for Amazon FBM and Amazon FBA this Q4.